Never entertain fear starts during sunset. Never entertain lust starts during the night. Never entertain the hunger starts in the early morning. All your patterns are nothing but your biological clock. If you don't entertain them, 2-3 months, suddenly they will become powerless. They won't have any more power over you. Nithyanandeshwara Samarambam Nithyanandeshwari Madhyamam Asmadacharya Varyantam Vande Guru Paramparam। इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूँ। I welcome all the Srimahans, Mahants, Kotaris, Tanedars, devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis sitting with us all over the world at this time through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, Lotus TV, Ishwar TV, Janashri TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha in many cities around the world, many countries, cities sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayanadiksha, Toronto, Kailasam, Seattle, Chidambaram, Ohio, Prayag, Houston, Kalahasti, Los Angeles, Arunachalam, Nithyananda Nagaramu, Hyderabad, Port Washington, New York, Bangalore, Center, Heads, UK, Johns Creek, Georgia, Tiruvanmiyur, Chennai, Indrani, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Houston, Kalahasti, Devon, UK, Singapore, Singapuram, London, Kashi, Kulin, Diruttani, High Pine, North Carolina, Camas, Hong Kong, San Jose, Madurai, New York, Varanasi, Jopati, Nepal, Oman, Sivagangai, Hyderabad, Guptakashi, Dubai, Vaidyanatham, Saramban, Sivagasi, Philadelphia, below, Winston, Salem, North Carolina, Oman, Sivagangai, Olympia, Washington, Artesia, California, Paris, Home Temple, Colorado Springs, USA. I welcome all of you with my love and blessings. Today, Rajarajeshwari Brahmotsava Devi, Mahadevi is gracing us on Swarna Nahavahana, golden snake, Adisesha Vahana, with Sridevi, Bhudevi, Sridevi and Lakshmi serving her. The fifth day, Swarna Nahavahana, golden Adisesha, Seshavahana, Today is also Bhishma Ekadashi, birthday of the Vishnu Sahasranama, The Vishnu Sahasranama was sung by Bhishma on this auspicious day. Actually, it will come before Makara Sankranti. Maybe in course of time the Ekadasis have overlapped and it moved. Inner awakening, 5th day, the level 2 beginning today. In the inner awakening level 2, you will learn the science of completing with others. You will be experientially initiated into the science of completing with others. So, I can also see the team joining from Andhra Pradesh. Team has gone to do some work in Andhra Pradesh. Rishi Advait and Bhakta, Atma and Bhaktika. I can see you guys. Yes. So I'll expand on completion with others today. Please understand, completion with others is nothing but causing the power of completion happen in everyone. See, completion with others starts happening if you are in the space of completion. Actually, many people ask me, I want to complete with her, complete with them. But I tell them, unless you come to the space of completion, don't go for completion, because if you are incomplete, if you go there for completion, you will only pick up fight and come back. Put yourself in more incompletion, put the other person in more incompletion. If these both bulls are hitting in my campus, I only have to take care. And the whole world is my campus. So I always tell people, you come to the space of completion and decide completion with others is like a causing the same space into other person. Causing the same space into other person. Not only that, you should now know you have to speak into the other person's listening. Sometimes, even when I know very clearly somebody is going to have suffering because of the grahas, astrological influences, or their mental setup, I won't be able to tell them. I won't tell them. Because their listening is not ready to receive it. Either they will suspect I am lying, or they will doubt I am cursing. So naturally all I do is just keep quiet. Maybe I will be ready to give them support. So please understand, when you go to complete also, you have to speak into the listening of the person with whom you are completing. In this next 6 days, you will be experientially taught. You will be experientially taught to speak into the listening of the listener. Please understand, you have to have tremendous sensitivity towards human being unless you are a great master. If you are a great master, you should not have any sensitivity to human emotion because they are useless. But if you are an ordinary human being working in the plane of ordinary human being, you should understand people are bunch of patterns. People are bunch of patterns. Their money, their land, their properties, their wealth, all that is of a great help. Please listen, all that is of a great help in their life. Listen, I am giving a very important example. For a person, his money, his land, his car, his relationships, all that is of a great help for him. Because he thinks all of them are great help for him, he starts thinking slowly all of them are part of him and develops many patterns related to them and lives as a bunch of patterns. Please understand, when you make 10 crore or 100 crore, you plan, your Vamsha, all of you will live with that money. But by the time you make that money, you start thinking that money has become part of you. And the patterns around money has become part of you. Understand, then by the time you have 100 crore, you are no more capable of living because you have already become a bunch of patterns. Bunch of patterns. Human beings are a bunch of patterns. So, even when you do good to them, even when you want to do good to them, you have to go near them very carefully. You have to talk into their listening very carefully with a lot of sensitivity. In your case, a normal man is supposed to create the space and completion in you and share that space with others. That is what is completion with others. But the master's job is little different. It just cuts all the part of incompletion in you, which will be constantly creating incompletion with one or another and throws it for crow. Listen, but you won't be able to do that job. If you try to do that job, you will only get into more incompletion and fight. You will only start getting into the fight with the other person. He is not going to let you work on him. Ability to speak into the listening of the listener happens only if you move to the space of completion. Completion, the space of completion is experienced only with the ability to speak into the listener's listening. Ability to speak into the listener's listening. Please listen. ध्यान से सुनिए. If you listen yourself, you will lead you to the space of completion. Completion is nothing but you just listening to you sincerely with a deep sensitivity. Same way, completion happens when you are sincere towards the other person also. When you are completing with the other person, you may speak also. It's not that words are banned, but you will speak from the space of listening. When you speak from the space of listening, you will complete the other person. You will complete the other person. Please understand, whether you are a person with life or you are a person full of patterns, when you start listening to you, you will understand what is you and what is patterns. That understanding automatically makes you live with you more and more, live less with patterns. When you do not entertain the patterns again and again in your day-to-day life, in 2-3 months you will see the patterns you have not entertained at all just dies by itself like a plant which was not watered. You entertaining certain patterns strengthens you, strengthens the pattern. Please understand. If you don't entertain the pattern, I had a pattern for quite a long time, waking up only 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, going to bed morning 2 o'clock. Suddenly one day I declared, I am going to start the morning satsang, and changed it. Decided to wake up morning 4 or 5 so that I am ready and out for satsang. When I did not entertain that pattern of sleeping up to 9 or 10, for 10 days over, now the whole body bio-clock is changed. I tell you, all your big patterns are just bio-clock, connected with some bio-clock, that's all. When that time comes, your mouth will ask coffee. When that time comes, cigarette. When the time comes, beer. It is just connected to that bio-clock. Few days, just move. Move them, move them, move them. If you don't entertain a pattern just for 2-3 months, you will see that becomes powerless on you and just dies. It just dies. It is just biological clock, nothing else. When it is morning, the Manipuraga will become active, asking for food. When it is evening, the Swadhisthana will start getting active, asking for rest and feeling insecure. That is why the evening, always your fears will raise. Once it is night, around 10 or 11, the Mooladhara will become active, asking for the sexual pleasure. This is just a biological clock. That is why the tradition in the Akada Sampradaya, always a sadhu has to take bath after 9 in the cold water, come and sit and meditate. he should not engage himself in any external activity, because any external activity you engage yourself at that time, it will only be searching for sexual pleasure. It will only be inspired by that fire. In the mornings, any activity you do, it will be only inspired, pushed by stomach, Manipuraka. If you are going towards fulfilling that, it will push you. If you are doing something else also, it will be always reminding you, I am here, you are unattending, I am unattended, asking. The breakfast fire. Till you attend to it, it will be asking. Same way, by the time it becomes Sandhya, the evening, sunset, the Swadhisthana will become active, bringing life, giving life to fear patterns. By the time it is night, that is why I always insist after 10, you should only do completion and fall asleep. Any action you do, I insist, any action you do, whether attending phone calls or chatting, any action you do, it will be driven by the fire of lust. The Sannyasa Sampradaya, after 9, any interaction with the other gender, whether it is a phone call or a direct talk or a chat, should be completely avoided, because your biological clock will be functioning based on Mooladhara. In Akkadas, they have this rule. I tell you, all your patterns are nothing but your biological clock. If you don't entertain them, 2-3 months, suddenly they will become powerless. They won't have any more power over you. Sometimes I wonder, human beings not knowing how to get out of these simple patterns, they mess up their whole lives, getting into worst relationships, suffering so much, giving upon such huge, beautiful possibilities. Never entertain fear starts during sunset. Never entertain lust starts during the night. Never entertain the hunger starts in the early morning when the sun rises. Never entertain all these 3, because they are not real. Never make a decision based on all these 3. The hunger in the morning should not give you agitation, make you agitated if you don't give food. Never entertain all these 3. I am not saying don't eat in the morning. I am saying don't entertain the patterns associated with that morning breakfast. You will see such amount of stress and the confusion gets awakened along with your morning hunger. Same way, after the sunset, the amount of fears will get generated. Listen, How many of you have listened to you? You are able to exactly catch all these three descriptions I am saying, that these patterns exactly come into play in your system, in your day-to-day life. If any of you have caught it, good, complete it. Complete it. If you are caught with that morning hunger pattern, do Nirahara Samyama. You will break that pattern. Do Nirahara Samyama maybe for 2 months. Means first do level 1, level 2, level 3, then level 4. You will break that pattern. Same way, evening, when that fear starts raising, be active. Do something very creative and active. Like working, doing some action, some voluntary service, or some puja, or some chanting, some homa. And the night, when it becomes 9, take bath. Come and sit and do completion. In 2-3 months, you will see you will break this whole pattern. Any pattern which you have not entertained will die down in 2 months. This pattern, that late night sleeping and waking up very late, it hardly took 2-3 days for me. I said, come on, by o'clock, set it right, and it got set right, over. You can do it. It is not difficult for you. Just little completion. In 10 days, I even forgot that I used to be like that. If there is no program, I will sleep early even in those days. But if there are programs, those days the meditation programs itself will go up to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Then I will go and sleep. Because my pattern is like that, the programs are also like that. Now I changed the programs itself. And I changed my pattern also. Understand, all the patterns you entertain gets power because you entertain. I have seen. In those days also, the moment the class is over, I will go and lie down. That is different. But subtly, I myself only will be extending the class, sitting and talking or doing some session. Because I have this pattern, late night, go and sleep. Don't wake up in the morning. I won't waste time. Neither that time nor now I waste time. But because of my one person's pattern, that late night sleeping and waking up late, the whole group was having that same thing. The whole Sangha was having that. Once I decided to shift and complete, now the whole Sangha is having this beautiful pattern. By 9, I think now shut down, or 10, shut down. Morning 4 o'clock, everyone is up, alive. Never ever engage in any conversation, especially with opposite gender, after 9. Keep this as a law of sannyas. No question of interaction, especially for sannyasis. This is not for grihasthas, for sannyasis. Grihasthas also don't go around and relate with everyone. Grihastha does not mean you are given a license to do whatever you want. So understand, actually living enlightenment is nothing but, at some time of your life, actually you experience completion. When you do the completion process or have some meditation experience, unclutching or something, get that fabric which you experience during that completion moment and settle it down with all aspects of your life. That's all is living enlightenment. Getting that fabric of that completion and fixing it with all the actions and activities and routine of your life is living enlightenment. Unfortunately, now in the MTV culture, the highest pleasure you experience in the life, as you are taught by the liberal thinking, is the sex pleasure. So that few minute experience, that fabric is picked up and spread all your life. Whole day you think about that, work for that, move towards it for that few minutes of that experience of sexual pleasure. That is MTV culture, liberal thinking. The NTV culture, liberated thinking, is the few minutes of completion. Pick up that fabric and spread it all over your life and think for it, work for it, move towards it and experience it. MTV claims sex is the peak possibility of a human being, peak possibility pleasure. NTV claims completion is the peak possibility pleasure. The whole world is nothing but the fight between these two concepts, that's all. Liberal thinking and liberated thinking. They have more money, so they are loud. We may not have more money. We may not be loud, but we are clear. They are just loud. We are loud and clear. Understand, don't allow the morning hunger to instigate patterns in you, evening fears to instigate patterns in you, night lust instigate patterns in you. Once it becomes 9, don't talk to other gender if you are a sannyasi. Don't chat. Don't communicate. Even if you think you don't have lust, you will not know other person what is the intention or the mood he is going through. Complete you with the deep listening. You will be able to speak into the listening of the others and complete the other person. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility and enriching with eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org, www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.